Welcome back. We are going to be talking about some What If Season 2 episodes. So, to my surprise, these are just going to be 9 episodes.
What was it last time?
It was 9, but I thought they were like the original plan last season was for 10, and they had to cut out that Gamora kills Thanos episode.
Okay.
So that's the first episode of this season. The
Okay.
Gamora kills Thanos. And then second episode is what if Captain Carter finds Hydra Stomper? It's continued from season 1.
Okay.
So they're doing a sequel to an episode.
Interesting.
The third episode.
That's says much a what if as it is.
That is a what if we just continued this plot? Yeah.
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 I am the Watcher.
So first 2 episodes, I'm not really excited for. Like that first episode is, I mean, it's a character we saw in the first season. But I don't know. I mean, Gamora killing Thanos could be cool. I like Gamora, so that could be neat. And then so third episode is what if the Tesseract landed in sorry if I say this wrong, Haudenosaunee Confederacy before the colonization of America.
Right.
The Native American introduction of the new hero Kaori.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that episode is like the one episode where they're like, what if we just went to a new time period and made a new character?
Right.
Which is, I think it's cool. I think like it's not a character we've ever seen in the comics. I'm excited to see like an original direction, and an original female character probably. But yeah. But what do you? I mean, I think we talked about it. Maybe
we talked about
dropped,
it. It was
right?
getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting story idea. I know we had hesitations about the Tesseract. The way it was being described was she may be going through space when it arrives. Like, I think the complaint was, at least on your end, that you would have liked, I would
like them to keep it in the Native American setting.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Might not be that case, but that was what was being theorized.
Right.
So I'm intrigued, and I think it's cool to be making a new character.
Yeah.
I think we need new characters.
Agreed. Because Marvel kind of stopped making new characters for a while in comics.
Yeah. Or just, I mean, I guess I can't say because I don't read as much like new comics, but I don't feel there's anywhere near in the past where they would have new characters being written that people would gravitate towards. I don't feel like there's a lot of that happening.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, imagine if this episode does well. I mean, that could be and they make a comic out of it. That could be a huge sale for them in the comics side of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's a good idea overall. But yeah, fourth episode is what if Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne fought the Red Guardian in the 80s? Yeah.
Okay, that's
it's a neat fight.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
but it sounds like it's just like a fight.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Which
I mean,
maybe there's an interesting story that's a part of it.
Sure, but I feel like the what if Thor and Captain Marvel fought? Like I don't even remember the story. I just remember that fight from that episode, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know. The fight was good enough for me. Like the episode wasn't great, but like it worked.
I would like to see how, as much as I like Red Guardian, how you
I don't
have
even
any
see how he
chance
stands a
against
chance,
Hank
right?
Pym.
And Janet,
and Janet,
the Ant-Man and the Wasp in their prime,
and also just Hank Pym on his own in the first season
killed the entire Avengers.
Yeah.
So. I don't know how he stands a chance. The what if writers really like Hank Pym, I think.
Yeah.
Because he was also in another episode in season 1, right? I think.
Might have been the zombie episode.
Possibly. But yeah, I mean, I like Hank Pym. I think it would have been cool to go back to maybe like a movie setting with him. But I get that would have been a ton of DHing probably. Yeah. So, or just cast a younger version of Michael Douglas. I don't know who you would do, but yeah. But yeah, so fifth episode, that is, what if Yondu delivered Star-Lord to Ego? I love that what if.
Of course you do.
Because it's a true what if. It's like it's not like a flashy like what if like this person and this person fought. It's like literally what if Yondu made a decision at this point in time that he didn't in the actual universe, and let's see what comes of it. I don't know. I think that's really exciting.
I think it's exciting, but what's the difference between this and then if Gamora kills Thanos?
I guess in my mind, like there's a clear point where like Yondu was supposed to deliver like Peter to Ego, and I guess I don't see a clear point where Gamora could have killed Thanos. But like if the story presents itself and it's like, a decision we saw like at some point in the movies where she could have killed him, I'd be down for it.
I feel like if I had to guess, it's when she's still living with him.
Right, like before she goes off to find the Infinity Stone in 2014. Yeah, I would agree. It's probably before the movies, which is probably fine. I'm sure the story, maybe not. I'm sure because they've really. I did not like how they treated the Guardians in that Black Panther episode last season.
Yeah, I know you didn't. I don't know why.
I think that episode is bad. We can get into it another time. But it is my least favorite of that season, and it's because I'll just say it's because they take a huge shit on Peter Quill, which is whatever. They can do whatever they want, but they make him seem like he's like the worst person to have been brought up into the galaxy, and now everything's fine because Black Panther's here. So and then they also just like butcher Thanos as a character,
right?
They butcher a couple other characters, so. It's a fun time for me in that episode. But yeah, so hopefully they treat Gamora a little better in this episode. It's not as ridiculous. And I think the concept for the Peter Quill being brought to Ego could be very cool. I think it's most likely going to see Ego succeed at his plan, and then we'll see like what comes of that probably.
His plan was to take over like most of the planets.
Yeah, he would like have himself on like, or I guess he would become every other planet or something.
Right.
So yeah, he just wanted to be in like all corners of the universe, I guess. Right. So I mean, pretty destructive plan. So and that would have been in the 80s. So who would have been around in the 80s? Hank Pym again? Yeah.
Hank Pym, Tony's dad.
Yeah, but he's not superheroine.
Yeah. Oh,
Captain Marvel isn't even around.
No.
Yeah. Wow. They got nobody in the 80s.
But
Red Guardian.
but if he was delivered, then it still I think will be the time jump. Like
I don't know. I think. I mean, if he got
Peter,
then he would have been like 10 or 9 or whatever.
Yeah, but I still think that they're gonna have like get up to a point where Peter's like aged up.
Maybe. I wonder if Mantis would be like there as a kid. That'd be neat.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So next episode, that is what if Happy Hogan saved Christmas?
What?
Yeah. So we're thinking that's going to release special. Around Christmas time. Yeah, right. So apparently that's going to be set during
Hopefully it's fun.
Yeah, I hope so too. But it's going to be set during the Iron Man 3 era. So
okay, I kind of like that.
I don't know. Was there? I guess there was a Christmas time in that episode.
Yeah.
But
it was kind of a Christmas movie in a way.
But wasn't like the Christmas part of things like focused on Tony? So maybe Happy Hogan like goes out to find Tony in this, like he's missing and he has to find him.
I almost want to bet that it's like Tony's gone and the Stark Christmas party's happening and I need like
I gotta take over everything.
I gotta take over. It's probably something like that. Yeah, to be honest.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's sure it could be fun, but it's like kind of a waste of an episode if you ask me. Yeah. Because I don't know, it's not a crazy concept.
But if it's a fun story,
yeah,
I think we'll probably like it.
So next one I think is kind of in line with this one.
Oh no.
At least for me it is. It's what if Wanda had grown up watching musicals instead of sitcoms?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be like a tie-in to
WandaVision?
Agatha?
I would assume it's a Wanda. Like they would just go like
For sure, yeah.
to that time period.
But is it that they would go to the WandaVision and then everything would be a musical inside of that, or is it going to tie into, since if Agatha is supposed to be a musical? That there's
maybe her and Agatha would have been like best buds at that point because they like musicals together. I don't know. I don't know what comes of this.
Would she just sing more?
Sin more?
Sing.
Oh, sing
like
more.
Because it seems like I'm assuming that they would do they would do a play on WandaVision where like every 2-3 minutes was like is a new song.
I would assume that like
song.
Throughout the eras they would just do like different musicals of that era, you know, and not instead of just sitcoms. So I don't know. It's like it's a whatever idea. It's
what if she grew up watching musicals instead of sitcoms?
Yeah,
it obviously is going to play into WandaVision, but
for sure.
But why?
Why? Yeah, why?
That's such a on surface. I don't want to be super judgmental and harsh about something I haven't even seen yet.
Yeah,
but that seems like such a wasted. There's so many other ideas like that we've even brought up our own what ifs that I don't understand. Now, if it's a good story, but I feel I'll like it because it's a good story. But it just seems like such a ridiculous idea.
From what I can tell, or like what I can guess, is that they like after season 1, they were like they went to the writers and was like, "Hey, let's use our Phase 4 properties. Like, let's go back to this time period. Use the characters there." So I think yeah, like that episode ties into that. Maybe the others don't, but yeah, I think that one is definitely like a Phase 4 like hey, let's make a story here where I don't think there really is one, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
I've yet to get a Shang-Chi what if.
Next one.
Oh.
So
okay.
What if
that was not planned, by the way? I don't know these.
It's what if Odin and Hela had faced Wenwu, which is the dad.
I know we're like, oh, we don't need to see a battle, but that sounds cool.
Yeah, I mean, two worlds I never thought would have collided.
Exactly.
And Odin and Hela in their primes as conquerors.
Yeah.
Coming to battle like this 1,000-year-old man and the 10 rings. Like that sounds kind of amazing.
And maybe I can get some lore of what's going on with like the interdimensional being that he was trying to open up.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. I wonder but I feel like he was like researching that being like after the mother died, but I don't know. Maybe the mom's dead at this point.
But I think the rings are still very connected.
Sure, to that being. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I think the story in general is just like really rich for that one because I think I mean I don't even know how they would come to face off, but like the potential for a good story to make them face off, I guess in my mind is amazing. Mm-hmm. So that might be my most or like a top 3 most excited one of this season. And then the last episode 9, is what if the Avengers had fought Surtur or
Surtur?
Surtur, there it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, which is the being at the end of Ragnarok that destroys
and the beginning.
You're right. But yeah, he does eventually destroy Asgard. Thank you. I was like, it's not Helheim. What the hell is this? But yeah, so I think that's exciting. I'm not sure. Like, I would prefer it to be like, you know, like what if the Avengers were still like, what if the Avengers had never split up? Because then I think like they would have all gone to face.
Yeah, you really want that one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just think it's a better like flow into this because I think they all would have been together to maybe fight Surtur.
Maybe
And
that's the story.
maybe it is. And they just didn't phrase it like I want. But
Well, what if the Avengers never broke up in Age of Ultron and fought Surtur is a bit of a long title. So maybe
sure. But I feel like just that alone, I feel like that is an exciting like concept. Like, what if the Avengers never split? I don't know. Like, what would have happened?
Yeah. Give me that over the musical.
yeah.
Or the Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah, I agree. But yeah. So,
do you think like last one where they had like Ultron and the Infinity Stones?
We just heard a car alarm.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Do you think that they had the tie-in of like the second to last episode being Ultron getting all the Infinity Stones, and then this like multiversal Avengers group going and fighting him at the end? Do you think that there will be some sort of tie-in, considering that you'll have Hela and Odin face off against Wenwu, and then we have this like Surtur conflict come up? And are these Avengers like Avengers from the MCU?
Or are they like the Avengers of the show? Because
I'm also curious as to why we're getting Gamora killing Thanos episode. If that's the Gamora from
the first season.
The
plan was to always just bring it over into this season because they couldn't finish it in time.
Right. But then you have Captain Carter continuing too.
Yeah, you're right. So you would have that Gamora, Captain Carter, you would have Kaori. You would probably have this version of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne from the Red Guardian fight.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't think anything good comes out of that Yondu Star-Lord. Like, I don't think anyone good comes out of that to help the Avengers, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
Happy Hogan Saving Christmas.
I mean, we you could say that about the Black Panther episode in the first season, but they do bring Killmonger in.
Yeah, I guess I don't see like that's the only one, like that last episode that could be like broad enough to be like a team up for the other episodes. But maybe they just learned their lesson on that like last season, because like I honestly would have just preferred like good stories individually and not have a big tie-in at the end of the season. So
right,
maybe they just do individual stories this time.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Even though I did like those 2 episodes.
Yeah,
it was fun.
They weren't badly done. They weren't. I wouldn't say they were good for me either. But yeah, I don't know. It's just me.
I just feel like with the Captain Carter one, it's a bit like, and what if evil Doctor Strange got out of that prison?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, sure, but that's not like, that's just a what if to your story you already made. So it's just kind of like, all right.
Yeah. I think it would have been nice to have more episodes in this season. Maybe take their time with it. But it's neat that we're probably getting it around Christmas. I didn't think we were going to get it until like late next year, probably. So, yeah. And I know, like, kind of related to this, like it's a rumor that this like animation style or like art style they do is going to be carried over to the X-Men 97 show, which I know
that they made a whole Marvel animation
studio just for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's probably not true, and that's good that it's not gonna, because I think this really only works for What If. I'm not sure I want to keep seeing this style anywhere else.
Well, it could. I'm just saying that Marvel specifically made an animation studio to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming X-Men.
Hopefully a different style is all I'm saying.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully. You would think that they would have different art styles for different projects.
Yeah.
Because it's okay to not have everything look the same.
Agreed.
But
have some vision from a different director, a different visionary.
Which it would also just be weird. If you're gonna do X-Men 97, why? Like, you can update the.
Like, you have fans of a past show who want something like specific. Just give it to them, you know.
And you can have it updated 4K lines and all of that, but it doesn't need to be a completely new art style.
No, agreed. But yeah, I think that's our thoughts on the What If season 2 episodes. Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to a few of them.
Looking forward to the Wenwu
Yeah,
one. I'm looking forward to the Kehori one. That one sounds interesting. I like the Ego and Peter Quill one, and the Surtur one sounds interesting.
Surtur one could be interesting. Yep, and
some of the
maybe the Hank Pym and Van Dyne versus Red Guardian could be good. Maybe,
but the rest of them, are
a little weak.
Yeah,
a little weak. Yeah. So we might be reviewing those when they come out. I'm not sure, but
depends how slow the week is, I guess.
Yeah, because I guess What If was it coming out when we were doing the podcast last year?
If it was towards the very end.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah.